for architectural quality and detail. Make sure the hood and the body of the clock are not a marriage. To tell that, just stand back. Stand back and look at it. Look at its proportions. Does it look right? Does the graining and the craftsmanship up here match the graining and the figuring down here? Check the feet. It's got little bracket feet. Make sure they've not been cut down. Lots of people cut them down over the passage of time to suit smaller houses. Next thing, check the weights and the pendulum are inside. If they're not, then the auctioneer's probably got them in his office. Ask to look at them. And maybe ask to talk to the auctioneer. Bring him back and get him to take the hood off. It's quite simple. It looks quite dangerous, but it's not. The hood can come off like this. And if we put that to one side, we can check the movement. Now that's quite important because you can spend a lot of money on the movement if the clock's not working. Now you can see it's very clean. It's recently been overhauled and it's normally got two large cogs at the back. Now one of these will turn, and if you turn this, it should drive a flywheel, which will then drive another mechanism to hammer on the bell. Now that sounds very rich. Another thing to remember, if you want an 8-day long case clock, which means you wind it up once and it'll last for 8 days, their value is around £2,000 to £3,000 in auction. Like this one. This is an 8-day clock. You can tell by the two winding movements here. Otherwise, go for a 30-hour clock where there's no winding movement and it's wound by the chain. But the problem is, these only last for 30 hours, so do remember to keep pulling the chain to wind it up. These clocks you can pick up for £600 to £1,500 in auction. And good luck. And good luck too for the owners of the items in the sale. And here's a quick recap of what's going under the hammer. The beautiful look of Sue's porcelain plaque really caught Nigel's eye, but will it catch the bidders at £1,500 to £1,800? It's been in the top drawer, but will it get the top estimate of £120 for Peter's glasses case? And Barry is afraid of breaking more of his tea set, so let's hope it sells at £120 to £180. Now, let's find out what auctioneer Keith Harris thinks of our experts' valuations. Pressure's on here, Keith. We've got to flog these today because Barry wants to pay his council tax. And that's what the proceeds are going towards. Nigel, our expert, has put 120 to 180, the old auctioneer's favourite. But in my experience, quality and names always sell. And this is Belique, and it's as good as you can get, isn't it, really? And it's got to do it.
It's a nice part set. It's the remains of a larger service. It's just a shame that the other two saucers aren't plates and made it a tea set for two persons.
Yeah, which has obviously devalued it. And I guess that's why Nigel's come up with that estimation.
But the teapot is worth that sort of money anyway.
Yeah, it should be, shouldn't it? I actually went to the Belique factory to watch how the little basket work was made, rolling out the small pieces of clay and making the flowers. It was a wonderful experience. I love Belique, and I do think this will sell. As you say, the teapot should just do it, shouldn't it?
That's right, it should do.
So are we looking at the sort of 120, 140, the lower end?
I would have said so, yes, and it would probably just about pay a couple of months council tax for him.
Keith, we had a wonderful valuation day at the Bournemouth International Centre, and when this Berlin plaque came in, it just made everybody go, wow, look at that. Nigel grabbed it, our expert, Nigel Smith, and he valued Sue's plaque at £1,500 to £1,800, and we think this is the star of the show.
I would agree with you on that. It's super quality, and I would think that it would probably double what your reserve
Double?
is. Yeah.
Double?
I would have thought
so. We're looking at around
It should do.
£3,000. Fantastic. Sue is going to be so pleased. This came from her mother, and it was actually purchased for £25.
Good God.
Now, that's super profit. I think the quality and the execution is superb. It really is.
No, the execution is absolutely wonderful, and it's a super piece, and it's also signed as well.
Yeah,
so,
which helps.
And it's got everything going for it, and it's a lady and ladies sell.
They do sell, yeah. Is this the sort of thing that people down here in Bournemouth will buy? Is this hot?
It will go well down here, but I would have thought it'd probably go to London ultimately.
Find its way back up country. Yeah. So it could make even more money by the time it gets up there.
Fingers crossed.
No, well, good luck.
Yeah.
Do your best on it.
I will.
First up, it's the porcelain plaque, and Keith thinks it should fly out of the auction. What will Joan's reaction be to this new valuation? This is the big one. Stay glued to your seats because we've got the Berlin wall plaque coming under the auctioneer's hammer. We think 15 to 1800. Yeah. Keith Harris, the auctioneer, thinks upwards of £3,000. Now, what do you think of that, Sue?
Oh, good. Really?
Yes.
Ooh.
I had a chat with him earlier, and he said, yeah, that should do close to £3,000.
Wow.
If there's two people willing to push each other up.
But there might not be.
But they might not be. But look, the room's full of bidders. They're not sitting on their hands, and they're here to buy.
Oh, good.
We're going to find out right here, right now. Here we go. Good luck.
This is it.
67. We come on now to the Berlin plaque, portrait of a lady in a green dress.
Yeah, let's let the battle commence, shall we?
Superb plaque you've got over there, lot 67. £1,000 an opening bid, start me, 1,000 I've got.
Straight in.
And 50, 1,100, and 50, 1,200, and 50, 1,300, and 50, and 50, 1,400, 1,350 on the plaque, 1,400, at 1,350 on the plaque, 1,400, at £1,350 on the plaque, 1,400 I've got, 1,450, 1,450, 1,500, 1,500, 1,550. I've got £1,500, it's in the room at the back. 1,550.
1550.
At £1,500, it's in the room at the back. 1,550 now. At £1,500, a standing bid, all done.
He sold it. I'm sorry I built you up to that, but Keith said it might do £3,000.
But it didn't.
But Nigel was right.
Yes, he was.
Nigel knows his market.
Years of experience, Paul, I have to say that. And I think it's slightly disappointing, to be honest.
Yeah, it was
I think it could have done a bit better, but...
Didn't have the buyers.
And I wish I hadn't have said all that.
No,
actually.
yes, got me all excited.
You can beat me up now, give me a good old thump. Unusual and in perfect condition. Peter will use the money to buy some 1950s Wade if his glasses case sells. Now, this is a nice lot, the Victorian tortoiseshell spectacle case with a lovely floral inlay, which Peter from Southampton is hoping to flog.
Yep.
Let's hope we get the top end of the estimate.
I hope so.
James, the pressure's on.
I think it's going to do well.
It's a super lot.
Yeah, it is. It's really pretty. It's really decorative. You can imagine this going to a collector or,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of money is an antiques fair, something like that. So, yeah, I'm really confident.
You're right. Actually, they've got the look. Why don't you hang on to them, you Specs?
These won't fit, innit?
You can get some nice little ones.
Yeah, it looks silly though.
Yeah.
More than I do now.
202, tortoiseshell spectacle case. Nice quality, 202. Nice Victorian spectacle case over there. £50, start me on the case, 55, £60, 65, 70, £65 on the case, £70, 75, £80, 85, £90, 95, 100, and 5, 110, 115, 120, and 5, 130, and 5, and 5, 140, and 5, 150, 155, 155, 160, 165, 160 on my left, 165, £160 all done, 160.
Great result, 160 quid.
Brilliant, absolutely
That's
brilliant.
the top end of that one.
Yeah.
Happy?
Yeah, and I have.
Quality always
Try and
sells, and that's very unusual. I haven't seen one like that for a long, long time.
That's a nice thing. Didn't need any work doing on
No.
this at all. That's a lovely,
Ready
good
to
result.
go.
Really pleased.
It's tea for two next on Flog It, and that is literally quite what it is, because Barry's brought in his Belique teapot, his 2 cups and 4 saucers, so hard luck, Nigel.
I can drink out of the saucer. You're doing Yorkshire, you know.
Belique, great name, quality. We're looking at 120 to 180.
Hopefully.
Hopefully we're going to
Hopefully,
get that, Barry. Yeah. And he said basically it's the teapot that's going to sell it, because it's a part set now. We've only got the 2 cups, we've got 4 saucers, so the money's in the teapot. Anything else is a bonus.
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Happy with that?
I've ordered an Aston Martin, so
This is it.
Belique cream and pink border shell part tea set. You've got teapot and lid, 2 cups, 4 saucers. Nice quality over there. Lovely teapot you've got down there. So 164, £100, £80, start me, 85, £90, 95, 100, and 5, 110, 115, 120, and 5, 125, 130, and 5, and 5, 140, and 5, 145, 150, and 5, 155, 160, and 5, 165, 170, and 5, 175, 180, £175 standing, 180.
This is good.
All over the place, man. 185, 185, 190,
Fresh layers.
195, 195,
The Aston's
200,
coming.
210, 220, 220, 230, 230, 240.
Wow.
240 now at £230.
230 quid.
Well, I'm pleased with that.
You are, aren't you? I bet you are, though, Barry.
Certainly am. That's great.
What will you put that towards? £230.
The wife is going to buy a bobbin, lace bobbin, right? Because she makes lace, and it's going to have Flog it on it, written.
Really? Oh, well,
And
send
the
us a
date.
photograph.
Will do.
Okay.
Certainly will. Yeah.
Well, it's the end of the day by the sea here in Bournemouth. The sun and the hammer have gone down on our antiques, with lots of highs and lows. The Berlin plaque didn't quite reach our great expectations, but I was so pleased to see Barry walk away with a great big smile on his face with £230 for his Belique tea set. Now, as you can see, the whole place is completely deserted. There's only one thing left to do, and that's for me to sweep up. I hope you've enjoyed the show. See you next time on Flog It.